For members of the cattle industry, it's important to manage their operations in a way that ensures they can continue to produce a wholesome beef product for years to come. Joining us now is the Executive Director of Issues Management and Public Relations for the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, Hillary Makens. Hillary, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about sustainability and the kinds of things you're doing right now to try to address some of the misconceptions consumers have about the sustainability of the beef industry.
Absolutely. Well, this spring we kicked off a public awareness campaign that really started with a 6-part content partnership. And what that did is we went to large regional publications across the country and paired a local journalist with a local farmer or rancher to really tell their story. And what was unique is that all of the stories were about sustainability, but we let that local journalist hone in on a story that they thought would resonate with their audience, so that every story was a little bit different and really fit that local crowd. And then we are currently in market with a larger national public awareness campaign that started with Food and Wine magazine, and we are now with Wall Street Journal, New York Times, and Washington Post. And so the team has really been watching those publications closely to see some of the issues they're talking about, to get some of our stats and facts out that directly address those topics in those large publications.
That's outstanding news. And so you talk a little bit about ranchers and farmers sharing their story. What makes that so powerful when you get a rancher face to face with someone talking about the topic of sustainability?
Yeah, it's really important. Our consumer market research tells us that most consumers do trust farmers and ranchers as a credible source. So that's really good news for us. And so it's important for both farmers and ranchers to get out there and tell their story to their neighbors. But it's also important for us in our work to leverage those great stories we have and make sure we're getting that in front of the media. You
mentioned Washington Post, New York Times. I'm curious, what strategies do you all use to get the message out to more traditional forms of media?
Yeah, absolutely. We use a surround sound approach. So we use earned media, which is essentially the media that we don't pay for, and then we supplement that with some paid media. So we are in constant contact with those publications and those journalists, giving them information, building that relationship so they come to us in the future. But we can't just bank on that. So we need to use some of that paid media tactics, like we're doing the advertisements in some of those larger publications.
That's great. So is it too soon to talk a little bit about some of the results we're seeing, or what results are you seeing with that?
Yeah, so we're still in market with everything, so we don't have finals yet, but based on what those publications are telling us, they expect that by the end of this campaign, we will reach more than 12 million consumers.
Wow, that's good news. Thank you for all the great work you're doing. It's critically important right now for our industry.
Thank you.